What up, folks? All right, I'm gonna try to get this fast, quick fast, right? Quick fast. Divergence. If you really want to know, right? Because what we do here is technical analysis. You need a chart. We all have access to charts. The charts are free. I'm going to show you 3 charts today. If you need to understand divergence, this is the video, right? Watch it 1,000 times. Please do, because it's necessary, right? I have to try to get people information for free with the least amount of effort as possible, right? The RSI meter, Relative Strength Index meter, is on all charts. I'm going to go through MetaTrader, TradingView, and WeBull. Most people won't be able to get to MetaTrader. That's the most technical. TradingView is more accessible, and WeBull is accessible to all people. It's a brokerage. A brokerage is better than a bank. I don't leave money in the bank. I put it in a brokerage. The brokerage is covered by the FDIC. Hands down, no questions asked. They say that the banks are covered by the FDIC, but the banks have a problem. And I'll just tell you that they have a problem. So to protect yourself, most people will tell you when you're learning to invest and all that, to spread your money around, right? I don't just spread it. I move it completely to brokerages. So I bring that up because WeBull is a brokerage. But I'm going to go into MetaTrader first and show you how and where the RSI meter is the ability to put that on your chart. In MetaTrader, you click the F up in the top middle of the screen, the F. And you click that F, you're going to see a drop down, and then it's going to say down at the bottom, the main window down there. And you click on that, and then a bunch of options will come up. And of course, they're in alphabetical order, right? Click on the RSI, and then your settings pop up. It said the levels, 30 and 70. I didn't change anything but the color of the line. So when you hit RSI, you really don't have to do nothing to it. But the levels should be 30 at the bottom and 70 at the top. I don't recall any time I try to add an RSI meter that it shows anything other than 30 and 70, which is why I'm able to do this without a hard time. I can tell you exactly how to add it, right? If you want to know the nuances, I'm going to go into some nuances, right? But I want to go through these charts first and talk about. So in TradingView, there's these 3 dots down at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Click on those 3 dots, and then the drop-down comes up, and it'll say indicators. You click on indicators, and then it's in alphabetical order again. And again, all you have to do is click on it, and it'll add it to your screen. All you really need to do is change the color. I like to have a red line. But the point of the RSI is to show you the 70 at the top and the 30 at the bottom. All right, so now we go to WeBull. Go on to WeBull, click on your whatever you're interested in, and then those 4 boxes in the right middle, kind of in the middle of the screen, there's 4 boxes. You click on the 4 boxes, and there it is, indicators. Click on the indicators, and then this is a different look. It's pretty straightforward. It only gives you access to so many indicators, and the RSI is sitting right there. And here in WeBull, I didn't change the color to blue. To red. It's blue, whatever. But the point is, again, that you have the 70 dotted line at the top and the 30 dotted line at the bottom. That's the point, right? Because you need to know when price gets to those points to let you know whether it's overbought at 70 or oversold at 30. Now I'm going to go back over to MetaTrader. This is one of my brokerages, DARWiNEX 0, right? I'm going to use Bitcoin as the example here because I got the buy on Bitcoin at the bottom. How did I get the buy? It was oversold under the 30. That's for one. For two, it was at 61,500 basically. That's the bottom of the scale. 85,000, 75,000, 65,000. It got below 65,000, right? 65,000 is the discount on the big picture. But the small picture is 70,000 to 60,000, which means 61,500 is the bottom of the smaller scale. And it was under the 30 on the dotted line. And then it came up and made a higher low and all that. It created a divergence pattern, which is not fully complete. We're only about a couple days into this pattern, about a week into this pattern. It can go lower. We have 85,000, 75,000, 65,000. And if 65,000 is not the low, the next low below that is 40,000, the discount. 60,000, 50,000, 40,000, right? If it's not 65,000 as the low, then 40,000 is a possible low, which means my entry is going to be wrong. And you see I have the stop loss right there. If it knocks it out, it knocks it out. I can go down there and start addressing 50,000 because that's the point of interest. It's not 75,000 clearly because we're at 61. It got past 65, right? It was supposed to stop at 65 and then go back to 85, and it didn't do that. Not yet, right? It's still kind of hovering around, doing this little volatility right now. So, like I say all the time, I try to break things down in layman's terms. The best technical analysts or technical analysis and technical analysts in the world and giving it to the people for free. This is free information. I might need to be paid for my time or the way that I distribute information. One day, I'm not here for that. Well, I am. If it's valuable to you, then you should donate to the cause and pay forward the information. Like, comment, subscribe. Well, I won't let you comment. I don't want to hear nobody talking about nothing. I want you to hear exactly what I'm saying. That's why I do it that way. If you really want to contact me, the emails in the channel info and all that, you can send me a direct message and then we could do it that way. But other than that, I'm going to do it this way for at least a good year. And then I might start opening up the comments. But catching Bitcoin, a good example with Bitcoin, because we're talking about a divergence pattern. You have to get down to the 30. You have to get to the bottom. This is an example of that. It did get to the bottom. Now, once it gets to the bottom, it's going to start to create a pattern, and it's called a divergence pattern. You see where the bottom is on the candle. The bottom on the candle in the picture and the bottom on the RSI, they match. Soon, it's not going to match. If this goes down and creates a lower low, but it's a higher low, see, that's the part that gets everybody confused. What does he mean? Low with a higher low and low with a lower low. See, it hasn't developed a pattern quite yet, so I can't draw it for you on this pattern. So I may do a continuation video for this so that I can go back and find an example and show you. Plus, this video right here, the masterclass, it'll show you a bunch of examples, right? But I'm giving you real life examples through futures. We got to remember, my channel majority is based on futures contracts. The Commodities Futures Trading Commission. Every trade I'm showing you is regulated by the CFTC. I'm dealing with brokers who are regulated by the CFTC. Your broker has to be regulated by the CFTC to offer you the account that you're trading in. If your broker is not regulated by the CFTC, they're probably a predator. And that's what I'll be trying to explain to the whole community of traders. Giving you the right accounts to go after, the right brokerages that have they're regulated. They can't really, they still kind of manipulate price, but for the most part, they're so stringently regulated by the regulators that they don't want to make no mistakes to where they'll lose their brokerage. So this is what we're talking about. And I'll even show you because I caught these two trades. I caught Bitcoin It hit the 30, right? So that's why I caught it. The numbers matched the structure. The price is the price action is king. You don't have the structure of the candle, and you don't have the RSI, you don't have the volume, you don't have anything without price. That's why I'm teaching in this fashion. So now I'm showing you Bitcoin and how and why I caught it. But when I show you the Dow Jones that I caught up at the top, you see that it never reached the 70. And the price wasn't even right. It was 50,000. It should be 51,000. I caught it at 50,500. I wanted 51,000 because it's 51 and then 50 and then 49. So I tried to elevate up to 50,000. 850 was what I was looking for, but I only got up to 50,500, which was fine. It worked. But as far as the divergence is concerned, it never reached the 70. So it's not a good example to teach, right? So I'm able to pass this information along so that you can understand where I'm going with this, so that people can really understand what's going on in this channel. Top shelf technical analysis is what's going on in this channel. You know who we do it for the people, not the profits. It's the consistency and persistency that wins in the market of doing things correctly. To beat the market, you must become the market, and the market moves with integrity through the price. And without the price, you have nothing. If you lack the integrity of the price, which is everything, then you go to loss review, emulating the clowns who teach baby pips. They only want you to pay them to follow them. I don't want you to pay me nothing. If you feel like it's worth value, then donate, right? Hey.